everyone. How are you doing today? I was going to record this as a story and have a conversation with y'all, and then I was like, this is going to be longer than a minute long. So here we are. I'm still working on getting my podcast up and running. There's some things going behind the scenes, Mercury retrograde. So I'm just going to keep coming on here. These do get uploaded to my YouTube channel as well until the podcast is up and running. But I wanted to come on here today because I am literally reveling in life right now. It's because of the amount of work that I have done on myself and on my business for the past few years. There's so many women that I find that are wanting to become millionaires. They want to become financially independent. They want to create a business that they're madly in love with. They want to stop trading their time for money. They don't want to live in the matrix anymore where they're miserable and where they don't get to spend time with their family and when they don't get to travel the world. Like, there's all of these things that women are really waking up to right now. And it's so beautiful because women literally couldn't have bank accounts in their names until the 1970s. The amount of work that we are doing as women, as a collective, we are literally changing the financial landscape right now. And the one thing that I find is that a lot of women are not actually making it to the point where their business is giving them that freedom, where they are financially free, where they do have their desires met. I find that a lot of women are getting trapped and stuck in the, I really desire to have this business and I tried it and it didn't work. And a lot of people end up giving up in between the starting the business and actually seeing the success that they desire. And that is literally the only thing that's going to make it that you fail, is if you unplug, if you quit, if you tap out. And the one thing that it's been on my heart to talk about so much lately, and I've been talking about it more on TikTok, is that everyone's looking for these quick fixes. Everyone's looking for these get-rich-quick schemes. Everyone's looking for, how can I invest the least amount of time, the least amount of money, and how can I get the biggest return on my investment? How can I start my business and start having consecutive 100K months, like 2 months in? And what is happening is so many people are starting to buy into the belief that your business should be successful and you should be generating 100K months your second month in business. And let me tell you, you absolutely can make consistent 100K months as a coach. Like, that's the beauty of this world. We're changing ourselves at a cellular level. We're changing how we interact with the universe. We're changing how we interact with ourselves. And money is just a byproduct of that, right? Like, if you're in my world, you know that money is not this piece of paper that's continuously running out like society has taught you to believe in. You understand that money is an energy that's always flowing to you, and money is always responding to you. Just like the universe is always responding to you, money is always responding to you. So your beliefs around money, your beliefs around your business, your beliefs around yourself, that's what you're getting. And so many women, quite frankly, aren't actually meeting themselves at the depth and the level that is required to meet those continuous 100K months. Honestly, quite honestly, if you ask yourself right now and you look at your business where you're at right now, do you have the products and the services to make 100K a month? You probably don't. And what ends up sabotaging most women in business is that instead of actually building their trust muscle, building their confidence, showing up and doing messy action, talking about their services, telling the women in their world how they can transform their lives, and showing other women what's possible for them, they end up just looking at the results and seeing the lack of results, and they end up unplugging because they're like, oh, I'm so far away from that. And really, the women who get to consistent 100K months in their business, consistent 50K months, consistent 20K months, like whatever the number is for you, The way that you get there is by deciding that you are in it for the long run. You can't decide to be an entrepreneur and then when things look like they're not working out, you continuously ghost your audience and unplug and pretend like you don't know what you're talking about. The way for you to build a business where you have consistent 100K months is for you to ground into the foundations and to do the work. That means building the business. That means building a client experience. That means having a scalable business. That means having offers that are scalable. That means not just having one offer and then when your clients are done, there's nowhere for them to go. That's not a sustainable business model. Even if you're a generator in human design, you need to have somewhere, you need to have a pathway for your clients to go. And so many women, quite frankly, one, aren't doing what they need to do in business. They aren't building the systems. They aren't building out a product suite. They aren't thinking about the long term of what they want to be known for. And instead, they're thinking, how can I make money now doing this? And that is the fastest way to tank your success, is to be thinking about the money. I know how frustrating this sounds, but the more money you have, the less attention you focus on money. The less money you have, the more attention you focus on money. And the reason is because when you don't have money, you are attached desperately to lack, fear, scarcity, all of that. When you have learned the energetics of money, you, first of all, aren't attached to anything. You live abundantly. You understand that money flows to you like air flows to you. So you're not worried about it coming, because who the fuck is worried about their next breath? Somebody who's dying. Not somebody who is healthy, living an abundant life, out there doing all of the things. The irony is the less time you spend thinking about money, the more money you make, because you're often thinking about money in this lack mindset. And the reason why it works for some is because the women who decide that they're going to be multimillionaires and they're going to be successful in their business, they decided and keep moving. If you didn't see the video I did the other day on that, absolutely watch it, because it's life-changing. But deciding and moving means that you're continuously investing in yourself, in your growth, in your mindset, in your energy, in regulating your nervous system, in all of the things. I, right now, am working with 3 or 4 different coaches on 3 or 4 different things, not because I'm coach hopping, but because there are very specific things that I am working on in my embodiment and in my business at this time. And these women are teaching the very specific things or embodying the very specific things that I am now desiring. And there's so many women that are just honestly not even investing in themselves, and then just jumping from free program to free program, expecting that the $1 million is just going to come to them, or the $1 million idea. And first of all, you're not actually showing up for your business when you aren't investing, because how are you meeting yourselves at new depths and new levels if you don't have a coach, or if you're not working in a program to help better yourself and to deepen your own self-awareness? Because quite frankly, to be a $1 million business owner, you've just learned to master yourself. The women who have $1 million businesses as coaches have learned to master their internal world. This isn't something new. This is just women are now taking their power back and learning how to be empowered with money. And how ironic is it when men were in control of money? We were taught that it's always running out, and that there's this hierarchy, and that you have to fight to the death for it. And you'll trade anything, including your soul, for money. And women are like, actually though, that doesn't vibe with me, and I'm going to live an amazing life, and I'm going to teach everyone that I love to live an amazing life, and you're going to have it all, and I'm going to have it all, and the more that I have doesn't take away from you, and the more that we have, the more that we show others can have. And it just goes to show you how differently women do business, how differently women do life. You've heard me say this before, is men and women's brains are not wired the same. There's a TED Talk on this, so like I'm not going to get into it deeply, but they're not wired the same. And so the way that we show up in business has to be different than how men show up in business. Quite frankly, if you're still learning from a man in business, you're not going to be able to learn the feminine energetics that's required for you to play in the realm of the millions. And what this takes is constantly being dedicated to being the better version of yourself. You're not in competition with anyone, including any other coach, except for yourself and your old patterns. You are competing with the old identity that keeps trying to creep up, that old ego, the shadow self. Like, the work that you have to do is multi-layered and multifaceted. You have to keep investing in yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and working on the money mindset and deepening your embodiment, deepening your energetics, and really being able to be a conscious creator of your reality. And I find that so many women are just, quite frankly, giving up too soon. They've seen so many manifestation things that they just think that if their business doesn't take off right away, it never will. And while I love manifestation, you're always going to hear me draw a very clear line in the sand between these are manifestation practices and these are business practices. They are not the same. You cannot manifest your business. You have to build your business. And the thing is when you're building a business based in feminine energetics, you also need to be able to navigate the human and the business. And this is the thing, right? Like with everything, there's so many layers, but there's this duality between being able to actually manage the human, manage the emotions, manage the energy, manage the patterns, manage the shadows, manage all of the things that comes up, like the family, all of the things that happen as you being a human, and also being able to navigate and manage and build the business. I see so many women hyper focusing on building the business and then not focusing enough on their energy and their mindset and their embodiment. Or there's too many women just going head first into the energy, the embodiment, and the feminine energetics, and then they're not actually moving in their business. So what ends up happening is we come from this really masculine world where it's do, hustle, burn out, and that's how we start building our business. And then we're like, oh, that sucks. I hate this. I want to go hide. And then we find a woman who's like, wait a minute, what? She just got a facial and she got her nails done and she just made $45K. What's this girl doing? What's she doing? And then we end up jumping, means between the extremes, right? Like, whoop, all the way to the feminine. And then we're like, I'm going to take my goddess bath and I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to read a book and I'm going to journal and ooh, it's going to be so juicy. And then after feeling really juicy and luscious for a week, we go, oh my God, I didn't make any money. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I need to make some money in my business. I need to make money. I knew that wasn't going to work. I knew I shouldn't have listened to that girl about how to run my business. And then we jump back to the masculine extreme. The women who are navigating 50K, 70K, 80K, 100K, 400K, $1 million months. Like $1 million months are becoming a normal in the coaching world. If you still think $1 million is a lot of money, you gotta go. We're too advanced for you over here. You gotta work on your money mindset because $1 million is not a lot of money. It's a lot of energy. Like, we gotta stop thinking that money is a thing and replace the thing with energy. So to be a multimillionaire in business as a woman, you need to master yourself, you need to build the business, and you need to master the energetics between the feminine and the masculine principles, because you need a masculine foundation to allow your feminine to flow in your business. So I'm finding that it's either women are going too far into the masculine and they have a lack mindset while they're building their business so they don't reach the success, or they find the energetic principles, but they go too far in the energetic principles and they don't actually start doing the practical business building, which requires you showing up every single day. And then on top of that, there's a lot of women that just keep unplugging because they're not actually doing the work. If you're not doing mindset work, if you're not doing energetic work, if you're not learning doing all of the work that you need to do to rewire your mind, to regulate your nervous system, and to recode your cellular DNA, while also learning how to market yourself, learning how to sell, learning how to talk about transformations, learning how to create content, learning how to build a hot audience. Like, do you see how there's so much? And like, this is just me scratching the surface of talking about what's required to build a business. And that's just the very, very minimum. Like, these are the basics that need to happen for you to become a millionaire in business. So I want you to ask yourself honestly, are you even understanding that you have to be navigating all of these things, the human and the business, all of the mindset, all of the energetics, all of the actual practical? Like, do you understand what's involved, and are you actually doing the things that move the needle forward? Because doing the things that move the needle forward are for yourself, the personal development, the energy work, the shadow work, the regulating your nervous system work, like all of that work, plus being able to build offers, talk about offers, sell daily, create transformations, talk about your value, know your value. These are all of the things that are required. And right now, more than ever, is just a time for you to go deeper. Instead of trying to pick and choose different things, I really highly suggest that you deepen what you know and go inward and outward, so that way you can ground into your power and expand your energy. And this is the work that we do in my mentorship containers, because it is so multi-layered and it is so multifaceted. And you heard me talk about yesterday on the live that I'm building out a product suite that's going to have micro offers that talk about these things so you can learn. But we have conversations about all of it, because it all is truly interwoven. So if you're not where you desire to be yet in your business, I want you to really ask yourself, take an honest inventory of the things that I talked about today. Are you actually in alignment and moving in alignment in 2023 right now for where you desire to be in December of 2023? We haven't even finished 2 weeks. We're not even 2 weeks into 2023. And I'm asking you to think about if your actions, if your mindset, if your energy, if everything that you're embodying right now as a business owner and as a human are actually going to get you to your desired life, business, income months when we're 2 weeks away from 2024. This is the long-term thinking that you need to have as a business owner. We have to stop getting so caught up in the, oh my God, how much did I make this month? Like, drop the fucking monthly income, because no one else in the world uses a monthly income like we do. And we've built so much pressure if you haven't done the regulation, if you haven't rewired your mind, if you haven't done the money mindset work. So I want you to really, really use this as basically an outline. Am I moving in alignment with building a multi-million-dollar business right now, so that I will have a multi-million-dollar business 2 weeks from December? So if you can start moving in alignment now with the trajectory of where you're going, this is going to change the game for you. And so many women, quite frankly, aren't having these conversations, aren't thinking about the long term. They aren't putting themselves in these containers. And honestly, like, I have one girl that I coached a few months ago, and she's literally jumping into and following people like in their smaller containers and like their free containers, and then she's posting all of their really expensive and advanced techniques on TikTok for free and selling it for like $33 a month. We have to stop getting out of the let's steal other people's intellectual property and make money off of it. It's about deepening your own awareness and your own knowledge, so that way you're not having to steal other people's concepts and principles and then taking them as your own and building a business that isn't sustainable because you have to keep looking at what everyone else is doing? Are you actually investing yourself and putting yourself in these conversations, or are you still just trying to like search free content to get all of the missing secrets? There's just so much here. All right, I'm gonna go because I have to be somewhere. Don't have to. I get to be in a class today with Andrea, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna go so that way I can get ready. If you want to get into my world, this is literally the best time because I cannot even begin to tell you where we're going this year because this is the year of quantum leaps. Like all of the work, all of those micro steps that I've been putting in for the past 2 years and like really putting my head down and building, like this is the year we soar. So this is the best fucking time to get in my world. If you haven't already seen, I have a 111 sale going on. You can join my manifestation program, which will change your fucking world forever. Like this is the bee's knees. It's the best thing I've ever created. I love it so much. It's going to change your life. It's got everything that you need to know about manifestation in it, from a foundational level to an advanced energetic level. This is the program for manifestation, and it's half off right now. Like, I don't know that I'll ever sell it this low again, ever. So get in now. You get lifetime updates. I'm still adding to it. As my understanding deepens, I'm still adding to this program. I truly don't know of any coach right now that's still doing this, minus Amanda with MMM. She's the only one that I see that is actually still adding to a program. Most women are just charging you as their knowledge advances. So like the fact that I'm even doing this is so amazing, honestly, because most women in business aren't doing this anymore. They're charging you for a dime for every time they open their mouth. And that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, so also if you are into human design, if you've been wanting to go deeper in human design, I've opened up human design readings. I do not know how long these will be open for because quite honestly, I do not do Zoom calls. Like I don't have video calls with anyone, even the women I mentor. We don't do calls like that in my world. So for me to actually get on a video call with someone, like I can't even believe that I'm going to do it, let alone do it for half off of a reading. So you can get a human design reading with me right now. Also, if you want to get into emotional or signature, which are two of my human design programs, emotional is for emotional authority. Signature is to understand your signature and your not self theme, the foundational pieces of human design, literally essential. If you're an emotional authority, emotional is a program that you absolutely need to take. Like, need to. 53% of the people on this planet have not been told how to work with their emotions, including me. And I found out how to do it the hard way. So I'm teaching you, like, literally this program is life-changing. Both of these are. So you can get all of them by clicking the link in my bio. And also, if you're like, girl, I'm still working on my money mindset and I really just like, I'm not at that level yet. That's cool. That's fine. I've got a 7-figure self visualization, which is $11, and it will change your fucking life if you actually do it and apply it. So don't come at me that you can't get into my world. I have met you at every single level. I love you guys so much. If you want to talk about mentorship and you want to get like really deep into these conversations and do life and business with me so that you're energetically expanding and quantum leaping at a rate where like I literally don't even recognize myself 2 days, like the two-day old version of myself. Like I'm like, who was she? Totally different person. Get in my world. Like this is the best time. All right. I love you guys so much and I'll talk with you later. Bye.